welcome to my Ocean One and Then Some channel. I wanted to provide my viewers, the people that are watching consistently or just trying to learn. I know everybody's at different levels, and I have walked you through all of my trades. I've walked you through the terminology. So, if you've missed those videos, just go back to the first where I start the options video and I introduce myself, and you can work your way up, and that way you won't miss anything. Anyway, we have had a great week in SoFi. If you remember, we started the week at $14. I think it's $14.03. Is actually what we started the week, and we ended today basically right at $16.50. So you normally don't get very large moves like that. That is definitely an anomaly, but it was basically baby bear. Everything worked out for us. The CPI came in really good. The bank's earnings came in good. SoFi being a bank, of course, are related. And then the market was just basically in a good mood anyway. And a lot of times that really does make a difference. The market is moody. If the market had been down this week, SoFi was the same company. Nothing changed, okay? But people would be freaking out. But since we're up, I'm still calm, cool, and collective. So let me walk you through. Basically, I'm not walking you through every trade, by no means. That's what the prior videos were for. This is just a recap on where I stand at the moment, how the week went, how the prior week went, and what I'm looking forward to for the upcoming week. Now remember, the upcoming week is a short week. Monday, the markets will be closed. If you didn't know that, for Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and they'll just be closed that day. So, without further ado, let's check it out. Okay, really funny. You guys don't know this, but I do. I just almost finished this video, and my phone ran out of storage right before the end. So I had to go into trash, take those videos off, and free up some space. So I'm back, and I'm actually redoing the whole video here. So you guys wouldn't have known that if I wouldn't have told you, but it's just one of those hilarious things. Life goes on. So the purpose of this video is just to recap how last week went, how this week went, and what I did today as a recap. Now, before I get into this part of the video, I would like for you to look over here. I know I'm kind of in the way. These are all the long calls that I have, the leaps, and those percentages would be higher. As of today, I'll probably update those one day next week, depending on what the market does. So let's just work with this. Take one thing at a time. The prior week, I was down $103. If you remember, KBW came out, gave us an $8 price target, and, SoFi just fell apart. Since then, it's been, gathering steam. This week, after everything was said and done, after I made all of my trades, I paid for everything, I closed everything out, I made $254 this week. Now, the more money you have to work with, the easier this is. Right now, I only have roughly about $6,000 to sell calls and puts with, so I kind of have to pick and choose what I do. I've been taking the excess profits and purchasing these things. Okay, so I purchased all those with the money that I've made selling calls and puts. So I made $254 this week after everything was said and done. I lost $103 last week, so you can easily see, I'm up on the week now, and that's where I would definitely prefer to be. Now, this one is kind of complicated because you're going to have to watch the other videos to have followed everything. But I had a covered call that I started the week with this week, and I actually sold the covered call at $15. And I got paid, what was it, $52 or $56? I think it was $52 though. I think I got paid $52. And so I actually sold the $15 struck. And at the time, I was thinking that we'd probably get a dip. But the market just didn't want to dip, and SoFi didn't want to dip, so we just kept going up. So I had to roll it a couple times. Now, after I rolled it a few times, I did pay $1,500 for the shares, but I actually paid a little less than that when you back out, what I was getting paid, the premiums for selling the call. So once you back out the premiums I was getting paid and the money that I had to pay to roll it because the stock was going up, I was actually down $68 on the trade. However, I will pocket $332 on January the 31st if, and I want to stress if, it reaches the $19 mark and it's called. That would mean that I would make $400 minus the 68, which would pocket me $332 on that particular trade. Now that has to happen. That has not happened yet. So we'll just have to see how that plays out. Here, well, one more thing here. If it were to just be slightly over $19, I probably wouldn't let it get called away. I would probably buy it to close and just sell another one and keep that going and keep collecting the premiums. We'll just have to see. Of course, I'll do a video on that when we get there. Now here, today, I bought to open one 1650 put. I paid $50 for it, and that's for this Friday, and that's my hedge. That's just in case the market takes a big nosedive this week and I don't get wrecked. I do have some downward protection. Here, I also sold to open 3 SoFi $17 puts. I was paid $76 a piece for those, and that is for this Friday, this upcoming Friday. So, you know, if you were to do the math on this, of course, that would be 3 times, I'm just going to round that up and say 8. That'd basically be $240 minus the 50 and then the 332. But none of that has happened, okay? As we go through next week, any changes that I make, I'll try to do a video on. I have had the luxury of doing the videos in the morning. I do think I will still be able to do that most of next week, if not all of next week, but eventually I'll have to start doing the videos in the evenings because I simply won't have time in the mornings. So, that's your update for this week. Basically, I need to look over here. I always forget that. Sometimes I'm looking at myself, but I need to look at where it's recording. What was I saying? Oh yeah, just to show you that I'm up for the week and how I ended the trades. Now, of course, if I would have been down today, it wouldn't have changed anything. I would have still done the video and walked you through my thought process and how that worked. Generally speaking, I do pretty well on the trades. The problem right now is I don't have a tremendous amount of money to work with. So, you know, and that's everybody. So, you know, if you have more money to work with, you know, you could sell a lot more puts and you could buy a few more on the downward protection. It's just easier the more money you have to work with. So hopefully all of us will see our accounts grow through SoFi going up. And hopefully you can learn to make a recurring income like I try to do here. Now remember though, if you're going to do this, you accept total responsibility. I am just sharing with you my trades. These are my personal trades. And of course, I can't do them in real time because, you know, by the time I edit the video and get it up, you know, it's 45 minutes later. So there would never be a way to do it in real time. But anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying my content. If you are, just like and subscribe. I'll do my best to keep you updated. And thanks for joining in. And until next time.